Well, we often hear hyperbole at moments like this, but it is no exaggeration today to say that this is the most significant and historic constitutional court ruling that we've had in all of our lifetimes. I mean, let's just be blunt about the significance of that ruling. It is found that the Prime Minister acted unlawfully in seeking to prorogue Parliament, that he had no good reason for doing so, that in fact it was about evading scrutiny and closing down parliamentary accountability, and all at a time of political and constitutional crisis for the country. I think what should happen now, firstly, is that Parliament should be back in session. I understand from my colleagues in the House of Commons that Parliament is likely to be back in session tomorrow morning. But secondly, and I don't say this lightly, but I'm going to be blunter than Jeremy Corbyn was in the clip I've just heard, I think Boris Johnson should resign. This is a Prime Minister who has been found by the UK Supreme Court to have acted unlawfully, seeking to evade scrutiny and without good reason. And if the rules of democracy are to mean anything, then I think a Prime Minister with any honour would tender his resignation today.
What about the Queen's position?
Well, I think the issue here is the behaviour of the Prime Minister. The Queen was presented with the proposal, as is the way these things, as I understand it, normally happens. This is about the conduct and the behaviour of a Prime Minister who is, or should be, had he not sought to prorogue Parliament, accountable to Parliament. And, you know, I think the focus today should be on that. So I do believe, and I stress, I don't say this lightly, but I think if the rules of democracy are to mean anything, if accountability is to mean anything, then this is a Prime Minister that is not fit for office. Parliament's principal priority should continue to be to block a no-deal Brexit at the end of October. But if the Prime Minister isn't prepared to do the decent and honourable thing in tendering his resignation, then I think Parliament should quickly come together to force this Prime Minister from office.